I woke up to a miracle today. Triggers play as I find my way. No judgment to lead astray. In this peaceful state of
Welcome back. You're with us for Review 4 today.
And we're taking a deep dive into Lesson 141 from the course.
Let's start with the lesson itself.
My mind holds only what I think with God.
Forgiveness is the key to happiness.
Forgiveness offers everything I want.
Okay, so forgiveness, it's central here. But sometimes it feels, well, a bit abstract, doesn't it?
It really can. How do you move from just the idea of forgiveness to, actually feeling it?
Exactly. How does it work in practice?
Well, sometimes a real story helps make these course concepts much clearer. We actually have one from Allison, someone who works with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she titled it Forgiveness as Remembering Oneness, and it illustrates this lesson beautifully.
Great. So tell us about Allison.
Well, Allison first connected with this woman, Tamra, through an online cancer support group.
Mm-hmm.
And she really found herself drawn to Tamra's posts. Tamra would write about her garden, simple joys she found in nature when she felt up to it, and also her family. She clearly loved them very much.
That sounds lovely. And Allison connected with that.
Deeply. Allison also finds a lot of peace in nature, so she felt this sort of natural kinship with Tamra's way of seeing things.
Right.
They started interacting online, offering support back and forth. Allison even shared some of her own nature photos sometimes.
And Tamra responded well.
Oh, yeah, very warmly. It seemed like a really positive connection.
Okay, but then something shifted.
It did. One day, Allison got curious and looked at Tamra's main profile outside the group.
Wow.
And she was quite taken aback. She found Republican political posts. Yeah, and this was during a time of really intense political division. So Allison felt this jolt, almost like a sense of betrayal, strangely.
Because the person she'd connected with suddenly seemed different, opposed even.
Exactly. She had this image of Tamra from her thoughtful posts, and now this political label seemed totally at odds with it. She really struggled, trying to fit those two pieces together.
That kind of clash can be really jarring.
It was. But right in that moment of conflict, Allison had this, a profound shift. It was like a sudden, deep understanding clicked into place related to the course.
What kind of understanding?
A visceral sense of our fundamental interconnectedness, like really feeling it.
Wow.
She realized that all these labels we use, liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat, they seem so important in the world, right?
Definitely. They define a lot for people.
But in terms of our spiritual reality, our true nature, they just don't mean anything. Same with skin color, age, sexual orientation, all these things the ego focuses on.
Course perspective.
Right. And as this realization hit her, she felt the judgment she'd started to form just dissolve, recede.
So the political label lost its power in that moment.
Completely. And then she understood something else from the course, that what we see around us, this world, it isn't real in the ultimate sense.
The dream.
Exactly. Now, obviously, Tamra and her illness were real parts of Allison's experience, but she grasped that true reality, our shared being, lies beyond all these stories and categories we impose.
They veil that deeper truth.
Precisely. And as she let go of needing to put Tamra in a box, labeling her as other or the enemy, just a sense of quiet peace washed over her.
That's powerful. Letting go of the label brought peace.
It did. But there was sadness, too.
Sadness. What?
She felt this profound sadness, realizing that often, it seems, people only grasp this fundamental unity when they're facing something like death.
Like the superficial stuff falls away then.
Yeah, but alongside the sadness, there was immense gratitude. Gratitude towards Tamra.
For providing the lesson, even unknowingly.
Exactly. Tamra became a messenger, as the course puts it, someone whose presence, whose authentic being helps trigger our own learning, even if they have no idea they're doing it.
So in that moment, both Allison and Tamra, in a way, aligned with something deeper.
That's how Allison saw it. Like they both aligned with this divine wisdom, allowing forgiveness to happen naturally. Not forgiveness of Tamra, but forgiveness of the judgment itself.
Which dissolved the separation.
And revealed joy, love, freedom, connection, all the things Lesson 141 points to.
So releasing that judgment didn't just neutralize a negative feeling, it opened up something positive.
Yes, a deeper connection,
Yeah.
not just to Tamra, despite the political difference, but to the underlying unity of everyone. It resonated with that shared appreciation for life, for beauty, that they already had.
It's a fantastic illustration. It really shows how that perception of separation, which the Course says is an illusion, plays out.
Right. Allison's initial shock was all about identifying Tamra through that worldly label. That's the ego, categorizing and dividing.
And it highlights the Core's idea that the world's distinctions, political or otherwise, are kind of meaningless in the bigger picture, aren't they?
They are. They obscure our shared identity. Allison seeing those political labels as ultimately insignificant really underscores that.
And the forgiveness aspect.
Yeah.
It wasn't about Tamra doing something wrong, was it?
Not at all. It was Allison's shift in perception, seeing their fundamental connection despite the difference. That's forgiveness in Course terms. Recognizing that what you thought your brother or sister did to you, or who you thought they were based on a label, hasn't actually touched your true shared self.
Because you're one.
Because you're one. And Tamra acting as that unintentional catalyst, that messenger.
Yeah, that's a key point. Anyone can be that for us.
Absolutely. The Course teaches that every encounter is an opportunity. Tamra, just by being herself, sharing her life, became that catalyst for Allison. A messenger is just anyone who helps us see past the illusions.
And by seeing past it, Allison let go of the potential grievance, the judgment based on politics.
Which shows how focusing on that shared being transcends the ego's need to be right or to see others as wrong.
And the result? Peace. As soon as she dropped the other category.
Quiet peace emerged. It directly links forgiveness, releasing judgment to inner calm.
It's interesting, too, that their shared love for nature was already there.
Yes. That was like a tangible symbol of their deeper connection, totally separate from political ideas. It reinforces that our shared humanity, our shared appreciation for existence, is more fundamental than any worldly division.
Releasing the judgment just allowed that underlying unity to be felt more strongly.
Exactly. A deeper sense of connection, a shared appreciation for life itself.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Maybe take a moment, you listening, to reflect on your own experiences.
Yeah, have you had moments like that? Where you maybe initially judge someone based on some surface difference?
Politics, background, anything.
Right. And then something shifted
Yeah.
and you saw a deeper connection or recognized something shared.
What came out of that for you? It's worth considering.
Because these concepts like forgiveness and oneness, they can feel quite lofty until you connect them to real life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Linking them to stories like Allison's just makes them click somehow.
We hope her experience helped illuminate this review lesson for you today.
It definitely gave us a lot to think about.
Thanks for joining us.
Tomorrow, we'll continue with Review Lesson 142.
And if anything sparked insights or if you have comments or questions, feel free to reach out.
You can email us at acim@theworldharmonyproject.org.
Or find us on TikTok at The World Harmony Project.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.